Hello everyone, today we are going to take a look at the HYCHIKA hammer drill. It's a cordless drill and this is very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting review because this is a tool made by a company that actually makes tools and they actually care about their customers, which is interesting, and you are going to see why. So first of all, let's take it out of the box. This is a 20 volt cordless drill. Although it's marketed as 18 volts, they are very truthful about that, because when you buy tools that they mention 20 volts, it's not actually 20 volts. It's a bit more complicated. It's how you add up the total voltage of the battery cells being in series, and using 5 cells you can tell it's 18 or 20 volt as you wish. So sometimes marketing sells better if you say that it has 20 volts, but the truth is not 20, it's 18. So this, from the start, it actually tells you the real voltage, nominal voltage of the battery. Right, so in the box you are going to get a nice manual with several languages here, and it's well designed manual with instructions, with specifications, pretty well written actually, and it's in a very good English. Then you get this card, and this company actually has also a non-profit organization which donates 1% of the order money that you pay on buying their tools to a charity, and they help with that, bringing tools to other people. You can read here tools for teens, and they also collaborate with a racing team. It's very interesting to read a bit about them. They are not your regular Chinese company that sells you cheap tools and just get away with that. Alright, so in the box we also get this tool bag where we get some starting minimal tools. We can drill wood, metal, we have some bits here, an adapter for the keys there. Right, and let's move on further. Here is probably the charger and the battery. There's the battery, 20 volt. This is 2 amp. I'm calling it 20 volt, 80 volt. Okay, and there you go, some specifications. Right, the clip for the machine that you can put on a belt and so on, and the charger. Charger is pretty big. And let's see the specifications. So it's a 2 amp charger with a 2 amp battery. That it's very simple math. It means that this should be about full in 60 minutes, something like that. So usually 1 hour charge, so it's pretty fast. So I'm going to put that aside so we make a bit of space here, and then we get some more accessories here. We get a bag with a lot more bits and bobs, so we get several of them. Keep in mind this is a package with no toolbox for the tool, but there is also options to get that if you want. I highly recommend you to check their website because they have a lot of tools there, a lot of combinations, a lot of other things, interesting things and useful things. And the tool itself, and I didn't tell you this at the beginning, which is very important. This is brushless, and it also has 16 Newton meter of torque. And it has 3 working modes. It has normal drilling mode, it has screwing mode, and it also has hammer mode, while it also has here the gearbox which changes the rotation speed. It's a mechanical gearbox, and of course we get the adjustable clutch here so we don't break the screws. A torque adjuster. It has a auto locking choke, so when you are installing something you don't need a key, you are just going to lock it, it locks, and it also unlocks without holding anything else. So pretty nice. It doesn't even have that counter rotating ring that you get on some other tools. The tool feels rather nice in the hand because this is rubberized here, so you get a very good grip. This is not very thick, so you can hold it in your hand nicely. It's not over. There are some tools that have this handle oversized, so you cannot grip it well. This one grips really nice. It's just perfect. It gives you a good grip. Then the battery has here a quick check for the level, and we get here a LED with a delay. So if you touch this power button just a bit, it turns on the light, and then it's going to work. The light is also angled towards where you are actually using the tool, and you can see it lights up pretty nice. And of course, now we are going to put it to the test because that's more important than talking about it and the company. And I'm also going to compare it. It's not going to be a fair comparison, but you are going to get an idea. I'm going to compare it with this Parkside. This is a 12 volt, not 20 volt unit, but this should have 45 Newton meters, so it's not too shabby. This one should have 60. So we can do a comparison between them and see if this one really feels better than this one. You know that I did a lot of reviews in the past, mostly for Parkside tools. I have an obsession with cheap tools because let's say that you are going to buy a tool that a lot of people say it's a cheap tool, it's made in China, so it's not good. Go buy a, not going to tell the brands, but there are several brands with name, and that name it's also made in China, and it's something like getting 10% more performance because it's made under that brand, but you pay something like 200% for the brand. And those tools have 2 years warranty. This tool has extended warranty card here. You can extend the warranty. This on the Parkside, if this the performance black line, indeed it has 5 years warranty. So you might say, oh, Parkside is actually nice because they have good performance, they are cheap, and they have long warranty. Well, they have a big issue, a huge issue. If Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't come on TV to make a commercial for them, they are not going to supply you batteries for them. So you go to your local Lidl store and they have a promotion and they give you the tool like this. And now you can use it, go away with it and stick it up in your... because we are not selling batteries because we don't have them in stock. So wait a few... weeks more, maybe months, because now we are bringing you fresh fish and tortillas, but we don't have batteries right now, you know. And we are going to bring you batteries, such as the performance one. We are going to import only 5 batteries in our store, and when you are going to get here at 4 a.m. in the morning with your tent at the opening of the shop, when you are going to enter first in the shop, you are not going to get anything because they have already sold. So that's the biggest problem with Lidl tools, Parkside tools. They never have them in stock. So if you want to actually do a work with a tool and you really want to work, you actually need a company that supports you and gives you chargers, batteries, accessories, toolboxes, and so on, without telling you, let me make a commercial on the TV, let me show you Schwarzenegger again, and then I'm going to bring you 5 batteries for all the shops that we have. So that was it, a bit of a rant here. You get the idea with this. If you really want to work, you have a website, you get there, it's civilized, you can choose the battery, the charger, the tools, everything. They are in stock and they come from a European warehouse very, very fast, something like a few days. And that's how you should do it. Lidl does that on some of their countries, but only in a few of them. Otherwise, you just go to buy fish and maybe you get a battery. Right, so I have here a wooden beam. This is, I don't know the type of wood, but this is kind of a very hard wood. And I also have here some funny wood, because this one is very, very soft. So I'm going to use them to get an idea how this thing works. So I'm going to make directly a 14mm hole with this, because this type of drill puts a lot of strain on the motor because it's very wide here. So let's see what it happens. So I'm not going to hammer it. I'm going to go to a drilling mode, and the gearbox is on drilling speed now. It's fast speed here, so I'm not increasing the torque, I'm increasing the speed. If you use this, sometimes it's better to use it on the screw mode, the reduced speed, because it gives a lot more torque, so you force the motor less. But let's see if it burns out in this video or not. So I'm going to put this over this, so I don't also do a hole in the table. So let's try it out. And it's out. And now we are going to repeat the test with the same attachment on the park side. See how that one goes in the same piece of wood with the same attachment. So this should be fair. Probably it would go in a bit more slower. So again, this is on high speed, it's not on low speed, so I'm not increasing the torque, I'm just increasing the speed. I also have here the performance battery, the 5 amp one with higher discharge current, so the motor here is not limited. Both batteries are fully charged. So let's put another hole into this piece of wood. Oh, it's not over yet. And nope, it's not done yet. I thought that it's done. Now let's do a screw in test. So I have two identical screws here. I'm going to leave one on the table, and I'm going to set this for screw. Then I'm going to set the gearbox for increased torque. I'm going to set the clutch for no limit, here maximum torque. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to match it a bit, and now let's see. And I cracked that hardwood to pieces. Nice, this has went into the material itself. Really nice. And now let's test it with a smaller drill. Let's see if there is a notable difference. So I'm going to select here the screw mode. Okay, maximum torque here. Let's put the screw in here where it's not cracked. So I'm going to line it up first. Okay, so let's go. So it went about the same, but not that hard in. As you can see, it kind of stopped here. This one went all the way in and cracked the material because I set the torque to maximum. So definitely it's an empirical test of torque. Yes, you can demonstrate that pretty easy. But I have observed something more interesting. So look at this. When I start it, so I press, as you can see, I press a bit, actually a bit too much, where it doesn't work, and only then it springs to life and spins rather fast. Look at this one. Look at this. So I don't push that much. I do push a bit on this one, but if you are very fine with your finger, you have very good control, and look how slow this thing spins. I really enjoy this when I do some finer work, when I need to actually use a small screw and I don't want to mess up everything so it doesn't jump around or something like that. And when it goes faster, you reduce the speed, you can actually use it even more slow. Look at this. What I'm trying to say about this, because you are not going to use it like that, even now it has good torque. The idea is that the controller on this, it's much more finer, more refined than on this one. This one is kind of choppy, so I'm not pushing it in steps. It doesn't have a proper variation. So that was it for now. I wanted to give you a glimpse of this tool, how it works, but the biggest pros I have told you until now is the availability of spare parts, accessories, whatever you want for it, such as batteries, chargers, even bits and other drivers and so on. You can rely on that to have. I also like the torque, it feels that it's there. I don't have another 60 Newton meter tool right now, but I'm thinking of maybe getting one and repeating the test with to have two 60 Newton meter torque devices. They should feel the same. Anyway, I like the control on this because, as I've shown you, it's very smooth and you can have very slow speed. Besides having full speed, you can actually use that. It has a lot of torque positions here. It has the mode here, the drive mode, and I haven't tested out this because right now I don't have where to hammer the walls into concrete, but I'm going to test that later and maybe do a video about that. Nonetheless, this is a vibration system and produces, I've seen somewhere, up to 32,000 beats per minute. So pretty impressive for that. You should be able to do some drills into masonry, brick and so on. I don't know if reinforced concrete, but that depends. If you have a very good drill bit, hardened tip, then it should go in also with that. So until my next video, see you and bye bye.